What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. In today's episode, we're going to be answering the very pressing and ever popular question that all of you have been asking me in seemingly every single video that we come out here and film. Luke, what on earth is growing in your aisleways, and why do you have it growing there? So to answer those two questions, the first thing is, what am I growing? I don't exactly know. And if that sounds strange, it's because it's kind of how it got here, which also answers the second question of why is it growing in the middle of your aisleways? So these are some volunteers, and I'm surrounded by them. I have a few in front of me, and I have quite a few behind me. And these got here for one of maybe three possible explanations. The first one is that we did have some giant pumpkins that we actually were trying to save seeds from, and one of them did not look, it looked like it could have been a possible cross, and we had it way over in the yard, so nowhere over here, but we ended up not saving seeds from that one because it looked like it could have potentially have been crossed, and it did not look like it had true genetics, and so we didn't save seeds from it. Every single year we'll buy some massive giant pumpkins from the state fair, and we will buy them from the local farmers that take them to the state fair so that we can have some giant pumpkins to sell seeds from. And we do that every single year, and the local farmers love it because they basically feed it to their pigs or to their to their animals, and they don't really care to do much with it because it's just a hobby for them. And so so we buy them from the farmers, and they enjoy it. And so we had one that we didn't save seeds from that turned really soft and mushy and rotted in our yard, but that was about 50 feet from here. We also had another pumpkin that we put it in 2 beds over, so not right here, but we put it about 2 beds over, and that one, we'd buried it in the soil, but something had kind of dug it up, and it was kind of, probably a raccoon or something like that, dug it up, and we didn't bury it deep enough, and so they kind of dug into it. That's my thought. Probably the most possible explanation is that then they maybe scattered the seeds over here, not completely sure. And then the third possibility is that they got here through some other means. There are birds and animals that will carry seeds. I have like 5 or 6 plants here, so maybe not that many. Not the most possible explanation, but sometimes you never know how a seed ends up here. But I thought it'd be fun to bring you guys along just to kind of show you what happens when something grows as a volunteer. I just grew them here. I asked, they started growing in like early to mid-April. And I asked the question on social media. I said, should I just leave them here and see what grows? And resoundingly, everyone said, absolutely, just let it grow. Let's see what happens. And so as a community, we've kind of just been on the sidelines watching these things grow. And the time has come, the plants are dying back. So I thought, let's just bring you guys along and see what we got. It's a random video, I know. You probably won't learn anything. And if you have, wonderful. Yeah, it's just more entertainment value than anything because we've watched these things grow and get crazy for quite some time, and I really don't even know what I'm going to find back here because they've been totally covered by foliage, and I haven't bothered to check. So, all right, let's check out together what's going on and what we got here with these random rogue mystery plants. All right, so the first plant here is some type of gourd or squash. I'm not completely sure, but it's a smaller vine. It looks like it was maybe a squash, maybe a crookneck squash possibly. But we got one here. So I don't know what this is. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely hard. It's definitely kind of like a winter squash of some form. It has those kind of wartiness, the warts on it that make it kind of almost like a Halloween gourd. But yeah, I have no idea. It looks almost like a cross maybe between like a patty pan squash and like a summer squash, possibly, like a crookneck squash, because it's kind of got the top of a crookneck and the bottom of a patty pan. So there you go. That's the first one. I have no idea what it is or how it got here, but that's one thing that we got going. All right, so the next one is definitely a patty pan. This is most certainly a patty pan squash. So that is that's kind of interesting, and that also does somewhat give me some reason to believe that that other one was a cross between maybe a squash and a patty pan, because this is a patty pan. Now, we did not grow patty pans here, and I'm not sure, how the seeds got here, but we've got ourselves a patty pan squash, and it does have some of those kind of warts on them on the top there, some of the texture that hopefully you can see. And so, yeah, interesting nonetheless. We got 2 of them, so those are cool. We'll toss those over there. And I'm not gonna eat any of these. They're all super hard and really tough skinned. So we'll just use them as like table decorations or something like that, because fall is upon us. All right, so this next plant here seems like more of the same. Seems like whatever this thing was, seems like we got another one. Really big. This one is actually pretty hefty in size. But again, warty, looks like a cross between a zucchini, like a summer squash, and a patty pan. But this thing, I mean, this one's pretty substantial. Definitely a really tough skin, more like a gourd than anything, but really interesting. I do not know what this is, but your guess is as good as mine. We'll roll that over there. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got another one. Oh, this one, whoa, this one's even bigger. Wow. Now this one is really warty. This one is crazy. Check out the texture on this. How cool is that? That is just amazing. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Again, I have no idea what this is or if I'd want to eat it, but it looks really cool. Very cool. Seems to be another patty pan. So there is some theme here. It's not completely random. This is definitely more of a almost like a Benning's green tint, it looks like. In fact, you could probably still actually eat this one. It's soft, hasn't gotten hard yet. Not sure if I'd want to, because I don't know what it's been crossed with or if that's actually what it is, but it does look a little bit like a Benning's green tint squash. All right, you guys ready for a surprise? Pulled back the foliage, and whoa, look at this. What on earth? Oh my gosh, this thing's huge. What is this thing? It's a Franken squash. It's huge, whatever it is. It's covered in dirt, whatever it is. This thing is, oh my gosh, this thing is absolutely massive. Again, it's a very hard shell, or a skin, whatever it is, but it's massive. This thing is, now this thing has kind of the wartiness that the scallop squash had, but it has none of the shape whatsoever. So we're really getting into a mystery. What on earth could this thing be? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Oh my gosh. Oh my, what? Okay, what? Oh my gosh, what is this? This thing's even bigger than the first one. This thing is absolutely huge. Absolutely massive. And this is even harder than the first one. This thing is like the size of a newborn child. Holy smokes. This thing's probably 8 pounds. All right, let's see what else we got in here. This plant is just massive. Oh my gosh. What on earth? Holy smokes, you guys. Check this out. Okay, can't really, it's a very thick plant. Here, okay. So, got another giant, absolutely giant something squash. We've got an even bigger something squash. This one is huge. This thing is probably pushing 10 pounds. Absolutely insane how big this thing is. Another something squash. Oh my word. You guys, another smaller something squash. This is from one plant, mind you. And to top it all off, another, you guessed it, Another something squash, another big something squash. This thing's probably 5 to 7 pounds. Insane. And let me see if there's anything else in here. I don't see anything else. The plants themselves are monolithic. Let me see if I can grab these to show you guys just how big these plants were. So this was one plant. This is one plant, mind you. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my word. Whoa. Look how big this plant is. Talk about healthy genetics. Talk about some healthy genetics. This thing is massive. Let's solve this mystery together here, because I know everything that's entered my garden. It's never been any of these. But we have what appears to be some type of scallop squash. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of those. We got a something squash. I have no idea what these are. We have one giant one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all from one plant. That thing was insane. And then we have 3 crossed something squash, or maybe they're something squash. I don't know if they're crossed. They could be their own plant. I have no idea. I've never seen these before. We have 3 of these. So those are kind of like a mix. It almost seems like a cross between these and these. But this is the first year we grew them. So it's impossible for them to have a cross in the same year and produce a crossed fruit. It's like I've got 3 different things here, and I don't know what is what. I don't know what it came from, how it would have gotten here. I have no idea. So that's why this mystery is still unsolved. It's been a fun mystery. It's been a fun time growing these. Like I said, I'm kind of glad to have my aisleway back, because those were some big plants, and it's nice to be able to use my aisleways like I intended. It's like having construction on a road that lasts all year long, and you have a detour you have to keep walking around and driving around. So it's nice to have my aisleway back. But this was really fun. I'm glad I did this. It's always really fun to see kind of what grows from a volunteer, and you usually do get some really robust genetics, some really healthy plants, which is what we saw. They weren't even growing in good soil. They were growing in our aisleways, and I never fertilized them, never watered them, never did anything, and they produced like a beast. So yeah, really, really impressive, but I have no clue what they are. So I'll leave that up to you. And also, I would love to see if you could create some names. Create some names for these. Let's come up with a name for this, because I don't know what this is, or if you think this is a Benning's green tint squash, we'll leave it as is. If you think it's something different, call it something different. Let's name this, whatever this is, let's name it. Or if you think you know what it is, let me know. And let's name this. Let's see what kind of fun names you guys can come up with. And yeah, and who knows, maybe we'll save seeds from them, and you might just have your squash named something crazy. So, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. I hope you guys had fun. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow big or go home. And we'll catch you all later. See ya. Bye.